What's going on, you guys? My name is Walid Azami. In this video, I'm going to show you how I took a muslin backdrop for my photo shoot and I gave it its own texture that is stylized for me and nobody else is going to have that. And also I'm going to show you guys how you can do it. So follow the steps that I take in this video, and this is going to go into Vanity Fair magazine plus a second magazine as a bonus, which I actually did not know about at the time, and it's going to go with my friend Taylor Zakhar Perez, who's starting in the Kissing Booth 2 right now and then Kissing Booth 3. So whether this is for your photo studio, home studio, on location photo shoot, these muslins are really big deal. You're gonna take them, you're gonna design your own, but again, at the end of the video, as with all videos in this channel, I'm gonna show you guys how you're gonna make money from this, because that's what this channel is about, helping photographers do better and make more money from my own experiences to help you out in your life. So the first thing I decided to do is go to a local camera store. This is a camera store down in Orange County where I've purchased a lot of stuff from them in the past. I want to go support local businesses, and this is a good time to talk about supporting your local camera stores, really for three main reasons. It might cost you $1, $2, $3 extra, but if you can do this, you're going to help the photography world do better. So this is why I like to shop first choice at a local camera store if I can, and then if not, I'll go and I'll buy it somewhere online. Number one, it's just more personable. Like, you cannot go to Amazon and ask certain questions. This is a face-to-face transaction, and that helps you, especially as a budding photographer, or if you have a big project on your hands. You just want somebody that you can speak with, that you could have an honest transaction with. Number two, we're not making billionaires into trillionaires. We're actually helping local families do better and survive in this market or any market. And number three, there's a certain accountability. You're accountable to them, they're accountable to you. You're gonna go over the counter, you're gonna be able to ask them questions. You just cannot ask anybody else. That's one of the many reasons why I like to support local camera stores. I'm a fan of small business, and I'm a small business, you're a small business, or hopefully you want to become a small business. We have to support them to be able to even ask for support ourselves. So I'm inside the camera store and I'm going through. We have a medium gray muslin. The reason why I got a medium gray, by the way, it's a size 10 by 10, and that's something I recommend for you guys. Don't try to go smaller. You're gonna need that extra space, and a lot of time with muslin you want to bunch it up and it's gonna lose sizing. So in hindsight, I should have purchased a 10 by 20, but I did get a 10 by 10, which is pretty good for this. And then I can get a second one at a later date. By the way, this is Sierra King. I like to highlight a picture in every single video. Did a makeup shoot on her. She's very, very cool. She's half of a twin, but her sister got sick that day, so this is Sierra King. Now, I purchased a medium gray color. The reason why I went medium versus very dark or very light is because with a medium, what I can do is darken it in post-production, or I can lighten it in post-production. And it was easier for me to show the paint splotches, and just, it gives me a lot more window to move things around in a direction that I want. It's hard to make something very dark lighter. You can make something light darker, but still, I prefer you guys stay right down the middle, and then you can do some adjustments in post or in camera. So that's what I did. Now, the next step, we're gonna go to our local hardware store and I'm gonna buy some paint. I'm gonna buy some other equipment that we need to do this. First, let's talk real fast about why muslins are popular and where they came from. They came from theater. It's a great way to spice up the background but still keep it very vague. So muslins were very popular in theater, but then later on photographers start using them, as you can see here, in different photo shoots throughout the years, and it's been used in ad campaigns. Vanity Fair magazine uses them for a lot of their portraits, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to incorporate a muslin for this client. Once it airs, I'll do a whole video on that. Right now, I'm not going to tell you who the client is and when it's going to be published, but it'll come pretty much at the end of the year. But muslins are very cool. Now, when I say, are they in style or are they not in style? Here's the thing. They're either very, very, very in style, or they're very, very, very tacky. So we've all seen like bad family photos with them, and we've seen very cool fashion shots with them. It just depends, and it depends on how you do it. So once I went inside the hardware store, I started looking around. I started looking for things that I can buy. And remember, you guys, you don't need a lot of money for the stuff. The sponges, I already bought a pack of sponges from the dollar store for how much? $1. The tarp that I needed for the bottom, I just took a trash bag, I opened it, I laid it out flat on the driveway, and that's it. That's pretty much it. That's all you need. Be crafty with your stuff and be tight with your wallet. Because this market goes up and down, I want to make sure that you guys are always saving money. You're not always going broke chasing that latest and greatest. One of the reasons why I'm really glad that I didn't get the paint backdrop, the one that I saw at the Home Depot shelf, is because these are going to go into a series of magazines, and I heard that one of them is going to be Vanity Fair. So I want to make sure that it matches Vanity Fair's aesthetic that they've published before in the past, and I want to make sure that I don't downplay or I don't decrease the chances of getting published because they don't like the backdrop. I just want to go for safety right here. I will go back later. I'll go purchase some of those. I'll make some additional DIY backdrops for different photo shoots. So that's always going to be there. I'm going through Home Depot and I'm looking at the swatches of different paints. The important thing here is it actually doesn't matter which brand of paint you use. These are for cloth. It does matter though that you don't get semi-gloss, you don't get gloss. You actually get a matted paint. That's important. And I did it where I was just about one shade darker than the actual muslin. So if I went for a very, very dark gray, my only choice really is a black paint. So if I stayed right down the middle, I had a choice to go a shade darker or a shade lighter. But I wanted to go very, very close. I didn't want the paint to be massive splotches all over the screen. I wanted to be a little more camouflage. And you can see here's a picture of one right here that I actually took with my iPhone. So you get to see the final product, what it looked like. And then it actually has a unique design in that it's very jaggedy and certain edges of the paint are geometric. It's very simple. I'm going to show you guys how to do that if you keep watching. So some of the supplies that I got was, I told you, sponges from the dollar store, a whole bunch of them, and I took them and I cut them up into different pieces, any shape. I just bought the lining for a pan for the paint. You don't even need to buy the pan if you don't have one. Just get the lining or just put it in a paper plate or something. Save your money, you guys. Invest in yourself, in workshops, in things that are going to help your career. You don't need a brush. You don't need anything else. Even a tarp for the ground. You could just take a couple pieces of trash bag, open them up with a scissor, cut them open, tape it, and you're good to go. That's all that you need. I just laid it out and I scrunched the muslin cloth. And the reason why I do that is because when you scrunch it, you get those creases, you get the wrinkles. And so when I'm dabbing, as you can see, it's creating these geometric shapes or lines, harder lines. It's not all sponge. And that's important just because you want to make sure that it looks different. And what I saw available on Amazon were splotchy things. It looked like a big sponge, and they were just going like this. Do you dab hard or light? It doesn't matter. Go a whole variety. You can go over areas multiple times. You can skip over little chunks here and there. One of the things that I want you guys to focus on doing is don't do everything from one side. Move around. So some of them lay on one side of the ground and start dabbing. On the other parts of it, lay on the opposite side and maybe use a left hand. So open, re-scrunch, dab, dab, dab. When you open it up, for the big grand reveal, you're still going to inevitably see chunks like this big where you missed it. Now go back, spot treat it, just take a little chunk of it, scrunch it, dab it real fast, open it up and look at it. It just makes a very cool pattern. That's what I did with mine. Don't be cheap on your gloves like I was. I used gloves that my mom had given me. The gloves were for her hand, not for my hand, so they easily tore, and then I had paint all over my hand. When I was shopping for these muslins and I was looking for really cool variety, you know what I saw online? Very, very, very little in a variety. I saw something that looked very Renaissance, golden brown. No. I saw black. It's just too obvious. It was too Halloween. And then I saw some gray ones and I didn't like the looks of them. And I thought, man, I don't have the time, nor do I have the patience. But if you're good and you're crafty, I would absolutely look into creating a variety of one-of-a-kind backdrops for you. You can sell these. You can buy them on Etsy. You can actually get big cloth backdrops that are cotton. And it's actually a cheaper cloth. It's not very soft. It's cheaper, it's rigid, it's hard. And you can get these for maybe $10, $15 for this massive chunk if you buy it in bulk. And then you dye them yourself as the base color. And then you do a certain dab. If you have art skills, you could actually do things that look more like clouds. You can do a gradient that goes from a purple to an orange to a blue where it looks like a sunset. So you guys can look right here, all these variety of magazines and photographers using different muslin backdrops To have variety, I would buy a bunch from you. I want to get a dark one. I want to get a gray or a black one. I want to get a white or a cream one. Not a lot of people have the time, the space, or the talent to make them. So I would look into those, sell them for $65, buy your materials for about $15, $18, and then just list them on Etsy, list them on your own Shopify store, list them on your Instagram, your social media networks, your Facebook. There's a way that you can make money, make a side business out of this, and still be dealing with the photography world. So if you take that idea and you decide to open your own Etsy store and do your own custom muslins where they're one of a kind, let me know. I'll be proud of you. I'll ask for a discount. Yes, I will, but I'll still be proud of you. So now I'm going to show you guys what the pictures with my friend Taylor looks like from Men's Fashion Post magazine. They're right here. And as these images are going across the screen slowly, I'm going to tell you guys to do two things. Number one, please click subscribe if you're a photographer that wants to learn more about photography or how to make money. This is your channel for that. I'm sharing all my tips with you. And then click subscribe, hit the bell. And if you're looking to learn more about photography and you want some freebies, I got that for you too. Photographer's Survival Package. The link is down below. It's free. And check out this video right here. It's going to help you more with your photography marketing. Click the video.